But the Piedmont is built, and it initially is a silent movie theater. That's really cool in a way to think that they had silent movies here. Okay, that meant they had to have something with entertainment. And over the years, I talked to people who were alive at the time this theater was here, and so they had a big organ, and that organ played while the theater was showing a feature.
Yeah.
And they said you could stand outside in the street and listen to the organ play, and you knew kind of by what they were playing if it was a chase scene or if it was a love scene or whatever. But that was in the theater to begin with. Okay. Now, of course, in the late 20s, early 30s, we start getting the talkies, and the Piedmont transitions into talking pictures. And it also looks to kind of expand what it's doing. So they start hosting events, plays. Lots of community groups would have like pageants and competitions in the Piedmont Theater. So they made an offer to the owner of the theater, the Piedmont Theater, and his name escapes me, but I do have a newspaper article on this that I'll send to you, where he sells the theater to the Carolina Theater. And so they buy them out, but in essence, they buy them out to shut them down. Now, between the time that it exited as a theater and the time that it becomes Western Auto, we heard that it was a roller skating rink for a while. Because if you've been in a nice big wooden floor, well, that was a roller skating rink for a while.
The bookstore started in the early 70s. There was a preacher. His name was Donald Freshour, and he was, and he opened up the bookstore. Well, our former pastor, somehow they were friends, and they decided to go in together and partner in a bookstore. Well, then Donald Freshour got a church in Morganton, so he couldn't do it anymore. So my sister-in-law Jewel went in with Janet and J.D. Wilson, and they were in it probably 3 years. J.D. leaves the church and moves. So Jewel's sitting alone then. So in 1977, my youngest son was 18 months old, and I went into the bookstore, and he's 45 now. So I was in it a long time, from almost the whole time.
Yeah.
But I don't know why that we done it. It just seemed like something. I guess we wanted to spread the gospel, and that was our way of doing it.
Yeah.
Is witnessing and having Bibles.
The Dellingers that were here for I think around 40 years, maybe 40 plus years, it was a Christian bookstore, and they got in touch with us and wanted to know if we'd be interested in the building. But we told her we'd pray about it, and we were willing to do whatever God wanted us to do. But their whole thing is that they wanted it to continue to be used for the Lord and not just be used in a secular thing. They had dedicated to this building to the Lord some 40 years ago, and they wanted to see it continue to be used by God. So
I think we do need to mention that this building is on the registry of National Historic Buildings or whatever.